It's time for some Alan Wake. Alan Wake, You know what? I haven't actually checked the community poll today. Like, it might have changed to a different game. But as of last night, it was Alan Wake that was winning. So that's what I'm going by. Yeah, Alan Wake won with 59% of votes. Totally no vote manipulation going on there. Definitely not. No vote manipulation. Right. Go ahead and jump right in. What do you mean downloading an update file? What do you mean you don't agree with me? Ah! Right. Apparently there's a update file? Apparently there's an update file. Hey Johnny. Would you believe there is an update file? Would you believe they're doing that to us? To us! After all we've been through. 7.79, God. I was told the game was installed. Maybe I can chuck like a meme up here or something. Have I got a good meme I could chuck on screen? I think this is Gura and Shaquille O'Neal. That'll do while we wait for this game to install. Didn't know there was a stream today. Yeah, it just sort of happened. I was planning to. The plan was to dye my hair pink, but pink hair dye just ended up becoming like black hair with my hair, so I mean, yeah, hair's a different color than the beard. It was supposed to be pink. What I'm going to do tomorrow is pick up some red spray and just spray my hair red. I might have a go at the beard. I might have a go at the beard tomorrow. Might go down to stubble. I feel like a little transformation. You know? Feel like a transformation's good. 4 minutes remaining. 4 minutes remaining. I love how, depending on the size I resize this to, it just looks like the valve missing texture. Whoa! It's like a visual effect. I know, I could post maybe one of those face replacements I made today. I've been putting my face in things. Places where my face is not supposed to go. There we go.
みんな欲しいんでしょ。私なんてどうだっていいんでしょ。おじさんだってきっと100億円欲しいから私と。
All right, we're almost done with the update installation. I miss long hair, but I think short hair is just better from a health point of view. It's easier to look after. Oh, books and magazines. Got some acquisitions today. You know, I've never read a fucking Joe Sugg book in my life, right? Cause Joe sucked my balls. But I have username Eevee and username Regenerated. I now have username Uprising. Don't think I'll ever read it. It's just I just like it when somebody who's, predominantly made their success as a YouTuber branches out and gets to explore that thing they've always wanted to do. And with Joe Sugg, it was graphic novels, and I kind of respect that. Right, acquisitions. The PC version of Lego Bionicle Heroes sealed. Oh, do I have a GeForce 6800 or newer? I think I do. Well, I mean, 2060 is a lower number than 6800, right? um, Barbie movies? The Barbie movies? Does Barbie and the Great Puppy Adventure have the 4 Christmas decorations, or have they been used? No, but instead, for some reason, I have the Barbie and the Secret Door songbook in here. Is Alan awake yet? 98? 99? Nope. Starting up. Picked up a couple of films. When I see 18 certs, I jump on that. I've never seen The Hills Have Eyes. Gonna make a change to that. Picked up Planet Rescue Wildlife Vet for existential ennui. Couple more things. Found a Disney Greatest Hits album. I want to say this is from the late 90s. I think the newest stuff on here is Toy Story 2 stuff. $2,000 on the dot. Well, there you are. 2,000 on the dot. Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine, which I would love to play at some point. Maybe in the lead up to the new Indiana Jones video game. Picked up this. What the fuck is this? Paradise. Ubisoft title. Looks like a third person adventure game. Never seen it before. And the 4th season of Arthur on DVD. Complete season 4 on 2 discs. So I had a few decent acquisitions today. Welcome Jacob, Chuck, Johnny, Draven. Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has smelly fucking feet. Shouldn't be showing your Arthur on stream. I could show a lot worse on stream. I've generated some pretty cursed deepfakes today. All using my own face. Video commentary. Graphics. Is there a performance mode? Wireless controller. Trigger effects enabled. Yes. Playing on PS5. Give me them trigger effects. Okay. Extras. Okay, so I tried playing... But have you deepfaked one of your own vids? I'm planning to take the video of me doing the... Hello, I'm Matt Jonas. And putting the Bayonetta voice actress's face on it. Right, Alan Wake Remastered. Oh, deepfaking my face onto a video of me. Now that's an idea. New game. Normal. Can you please tell me the opposite of the words? Always staying, take me, and down. Never gonna give you the satisfaction. So I've tried playing Alan Wake before. Stephen King. Of course, yeah. This is the guy who fillets Stephen King for half the game. I got maybe like a third of the way through this and stopped back in the day. I want to see it through this time. Discord notifications. Yeah. In response to the Discord message, that's how the hair was supposed to look. It did not. Do you play your games mute? Oh, son of a fucking bitch.
He was dead. I was convinced they'd put me in jail and I would never see Alice again.
How did that happen? Must have been at the end of the After Us stream yesterday, where I was playing AI SpongeBob stuff.
Suddenly, his body was gone.
It was a good job I turned subtitles on.
From the crash, I could hardly stand my feet.
Try Project Q or purchase it and regret it. L1 to sprint.
I had to go to the lighthouse. I knew there was something important waiting for me there.
Get to the lighthouse. You can tell it's an Xbox 360 game with a bit of polish, can't you?
You don't even recognize me, do you, Ryder? You think you're God?
Ugh. Was he meant to teleport right behind me? Teleports behind you, nothing personnel, kid.
You don't even recognize me, do you, Ryder? You think you're God? You think you can just make up stuff? Play with people's lives and kill them if you think
I was buying pornography.
You can't stop me!
I realized that the hitchhiker was a character from the story I'd been working on.
How does it feel to die by the hands of your own? Please.
Hopefully the volume level isn't too bad on the game, like it isn't bleeding through or anything. But I need to be able to hear it. Alan's voice is quite low.
There was no way out.
Alan Wake exclusive to Xbox. I don't think there's ever been a universe where that's the case. Maybe when the original game came out. Bet it is.
Cabin was a death trap. I had to get out. Follow the light. You are hurt. You should go into the light. You are only safe.
Bit of the light. I love that they that Microsoft said this game is only possible on the Xbox 360 back in the day.
You must go into the light. Well done. I have something important to tell you. It goes like this.
I remember the PC version having a QR code in it that when you scan it, it goes to a link taking the piss out of how the game was only possible on Xbox 360.
And more serene to its port.
It's the same lie as Ratchet and Clank Rip a Fart only being possible on
You
PS5.
understand? No. Follow my light. To teach you, the darkness is dangerous. It's sleeping now. When it feels you,
Oh, the second Spider-Verse film. Yeah, that's out today, isn't it?
show you the most important thing. The hitchhiker has been taken over by the dark presence. You can't hurt him now. The darkness protects him from all harm. Only light can drive the darkness away and make him vulnerable again. Here, take the light. Turn your flashlight toward him and burn the darkness away. You did it. Now the darkness no longer protects him, but it's still inside, controlling him. He can't be saved. He's still a threat. He is still your enemy. Here, take the gun.
Yes, sir. Don't have to tell me twice.
Good. You've done well. Remember what I've taught you. That is all. I will give you back your dream now.
I can control him during that
In the
cutscene.
nightmare, a terrible darkness was taking over the world. The lighthouse was the last safe place on Earth.
This way, and now
It's not like American Nightmare can't be played, so. And this remaster felt more like a money grab than a necessity. You know. Alan Wake was playable on PC and it was playable on Xbox 360. It was playable on Xbox Series and Xbox One. The only excuse for re-releasing it is so the PS4 and PS5 could play it. And of course, because Epic had a hand in this, so Epic could have it on their storefront. As a PC exclusive. I don't think it's on Steam yet. might not come to Steam. The remastered version. I picked it up on PS5 because I needed 3 games for a PS5 PS5 pre-owned offer. I got Kenna, The Bridge of Spirits, Alan Wake Remastered, and Demon Slayer: The Hinokami Chronicles. Demon Slayer was the one I used to fill the 3 for 2. I wanted Alan Wake, and I wanted Kenna. It was the other one that really sort of fit for me. Coffee thermos. I wouldn't sell a console if there's something to play on it. That's my view. Like, I got 2 Dreamcasts, 2 original Xboxes, like 4 Xbox 360s, 3 PS3s. I won't sell a console if I've got something to play on it, you know what I mean? I think I got 3 Wiis. Got 2 UK Wiis and an American Wii. Got 2 GameCubes.
Baby, just another nightmare. Everything.
Oh my god, what did they do to her face?
Right. Anything more than dozed off would be news for everyone.
Cheer up, handsome. We're here.
We're here. It's Bright Falls. Now, they did something weird to his face in this, didn't they? I thought you said I don't give a Dreamcast to a woman. Oh, man. If the right one came into my life, I would give away 1 Dreamcast. Just 1. And not the one that runs the games off the SD card. That's my Dreamcast.
Let's act like we're on vacation. Go stand next to that old gentleman there. I want a shot of you with the town in the background.
Sure. I'll even give you a title for the shot. A city boy, moments before he got eaten by a bear. Hi.
Hello there. You picked a good time to visit our town. Deerfest is just 2 weeks away.
Deerfest, huh? Did you hear that, honey?
You have a lovely wife, if you don't mind me saying. I'm Pat Maine, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm Alan Wake.
I won't
Camera's
pretend
having
to
fun.
recognize a famous writer such as yourself, Mr. Wake. A pleasure. I'm an avid reader myself. I hope this isn't too presumptuous of me, but I'm the night host at the local radio station. Any chance I could get an interview?
Look, Mr. Maine, I'm on vacation. In fact, I'd appreciate it if we could keep my being here just between the 2 of us. I'm sure you understand.
Fair enough. You can trust me to be this. Not a hard man to track down if you change your mind, though. I hope you two have...
What is the camera doing on this boat? It's when I turn the camera, it then zips back to Alan. That's such weird behavior. Wonder what that's about.
Very nice. I got a couple of really good ones. I see you made a friend. That's cute.
Right. Yeah?
Hey, bestseller, how's my favorite writer? Are you there yet?
Barry. Yeah, we just got here.
Are the locals giving you trouble? Just say the word, and I'll hop on a plane and come make sure that you're left alone, Al.
No, Barry, we're fine.
Great, great. Just want to make sure you can relax and recharge. So, how is the place? Has it gotten your creative juices flowing?
Barry, we're just settling in.
Okay, Al. call back later to make sure you're doing okay. And you call me if there's a problem, okay? Okay. I'm just looking out for you, buddy. Talk to you later.
I love you too, Barry.
I love the big deer.
You know he's going to be calling you every 5 minutes.
Barry is Barry. I can always turn off the phone.
What did I tell you?
Text message from Barry. He says hi to you too.
Alan, we're here. Come on, let's get back to the car. We need to stop at the local diner to get the cabin key from the landlord, a Mr. Carl Stuckey.
Stuckey?
He's waiting for us.
I vaguely recall that being a problem,
I'll go fill her up while you get the key.
if memory
You be
serves.
up here in, say, 15 minutes?
Sure.
Alan, thank you for coming here with me.
I love you too. Go on. I'll promise to behave. I'd forgotten there were still places like this. Towns where everybody knew everybody.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner.
Hi, I was wondering if you could help me. I'm looking for...
Mr. Wake. Alan Wake. Oh, God! I am your biggest fan. I know people say that all the time, but I really am.
I'm glad to hear that.
Rose.
Rose, I'm looking for Mr. Stuckey. Carl Stuckey?
Carl? Oh, of course, Mr. Wake. He must have gone to visit the restroom. He'll be back in a moment. I can't believe it. I've got all of your books.
Yeah,
I
have you
got
got the
cut out
book
from the
called
bookstore
Fuck Off
when
and
they took it
Die?
out of the window.
And you keep it here. Well, okay. Good for you. Right.
Try the coffee.
So much for a
Just
quiet
don't blame
vacation.
me when you fall in love, because it'll break your heart when you have to leave.
Put the lime and the coconut.
Do me a favor, Sonny. I could really use a tune right now. Coconut, number 6 in the jukebox.
Put the lime in the coconut and mix the whole thing
Both
up.
of my legs have gone to sleep. Bad circulation. Yeah.
Are you serious? Coconut again? You disgust me. Call yourself a rocker. Unbelievable.
Kind of hoping to change. Ah, there we go. Change the shoulder.
Yeah, you need to give it a good solid whack. You put the lime in the coconut, drink them both up. Now that's what I'm talking about, yes!
This is it. I've died and gone to hell.
Bye, Thermos. Lot of ketchup. Gummy yummies. Excuse me?
Don't go in there, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
Yeah, sure thing. Thank you very much, log lady.
I didn't want to wait. I wanted to find Stuckey, to get the key and get out as soon as possible. The waitress was giving me a headache. Overeager fans always did.
Can I enter the ladies' restrooms? No. And this game sucks. Hey, Vlad.
Hello? Mr. Stuckey?
Carl couldn't make it. Unfortunately, he was taken ill. But I have the key for you and instructions on how to get to the lake.
Okay.
I wish you a good stay in my cabin. I'll come by later to check how you've settled in. And to meet your wife. I insist.
Thanks.
Never told Mr. Stuckey I was coming here with my wife.
Cauldron Lake is a special place. Very inspiring.
I don't need inspiration.
You got lucky this time, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
Sure thing, lady.
This really ought to be fixed. And then
Even that sounds better than your singing.
Are you alright?
Splendid, splendid! Damn hernia. It swells up like a balloon if I lift it.
Tom.
Heavier than a spoon. Yeah. Splendid, splendid. It's been a long time, Tom. Good to see you.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to have a bottle on you, would you, Tom?
I wish.
The Andersons, they're, local musicians. We're waiting for Dr. Hartman to come pick
I think
them up.
Cauldron Lake was where I got up to
Cauldron Lake Lodge.
when I played this myself, because you end up waking up there after a story event. I think that's where I got up to when I played this game before.
Mission accomplished. The key and the directions.
My hero. I got some flashlights, just in case.
Hey, wait! Mrs. Wake! Your keys!
That diner was
Then where are we going?
Can you believe this place?
Are we going to the right
This sounds like a
cabin?
wonderful setting for a book.
We're supposed to be on vacation, Alice. I'll figure it out when we get back home. Okay?
Okay, we can talk about this later.
Everybody wants him to write a book real bad.
I didn't want to talk about it. I wanted to bury my head in sand.
Here's another one of my favorites to go with it.
Once upon a time, I was a successful writer, but that was a long time ago. I hadn't been able to write a word in 2 years, not since my last book.
And now the weather. It's gonna be a clear night, so you folks in the big city might want to look up every once in a while. See those stars winking down at you? It gets pretty dark out here, but they'll light your way.
The faces somehow look worse than the original release. You can't get over writer's block without forcing yourself to write shit. Yes. The one bit of advice I always have for people who have writer's block, describe something. So, if you're trying to write a story and there's a chair in the room, just start describing the chair, you know? The chair had 4 legs. It sat neatly on the ground. Unassuming. Just describe that chair.
Gorgeous.
Eventually you'll get so bored describing that fucking chair
Don't worry, honey. I'll get you inside safe.
that you'll want to write something.
And I've got the flashlight.
I know. I'm okay.
Alice had a phobia. The fear of darkness. I wanted to make sure we were inside with the lights on before sunset.
Alice was scared of the dark.
It's dark in there. We need lights. Can you figure out how to get the power on, honey?
Hello? Anyone here?
I know, right? I can't wait for him to be the antagonist in Alan Wake 2, though. Like, he's the one calling all the shots in it. The 2 playable characters are Sam Lake and the lady.
For a moment,
I'm ready for a game where I don't play as Alan Wake.
Returned.
You want a minor spoiler for Control's DLC? I'll get back there. I'll forget about it by the time I play through Control. Is what I'm trying to say.
The cabin looked like a time capsule.
Yeah,
from
go
the
ahead.
60s, or even earlier.
Spoilers for the Alan Wake experience is fine.
The Deerfest guests have already started to arrive. rope him into an interview later on. Now let's go to the phone. Caller, your IPVFFM.
Ah,
The water
yes.
was clear but dark. It looked very deep.
That explains, of course, why people in Alan Wake refer to him as Tom. I figured there was a deeper connection there between Thomas Zane and Alan Wake.
The power cable goes to that shed over there.
This game is only possible on Xbox 360.
An old generator had been connected to the power cable.
I believe that's the case, yes. Because the game was originally meant to be open world, and then partway through the game's development, they nixed the open world requirement.
Okay, I'll look around a bit.
Sure thing. Have fun.
The Fable games are playable on Xbox Series and Xbox One already. There's no need to remaster or re-release those.
I told myself I could rest here, sleep here, and forget about my work. I thought we could be happy here.
Reboot of Fable. Or reboot
Alice
something
had told me
else.
about Cauldron Lake Lodge. The old building used to be a hotel, but these days it was no longer open to the public.
Reboot of Fable using the Forza Horizon engine. Isn't that the Fable game that
Alice?
is being shown at the Xbox event?
Alan, I'm upstairs. I have a surprise for you.
The surprise, Alan? Alice?
Well, hello there.
I'm
Alice
not the
Wake.
surprise. It's in the study. Go take a look.
I'm not the surprise.
Okay.
I don't know, babe. Looking pretty good. Ugh.
Surprise!
Alice? What is this?
I guess I have a small confession to make. I thought maybe you could write here that a change of scenery would get you past...
Damn it, Alice, everyone
Hey,
keeps...
hey, just hear me out. There's a local doctor, Dr. Hartman. I read a book of his. He has a private clinic here. He specializes in helping artists.
So now you want to get me committed?
No, it's not like that. That's not... Alan? Alan?
Just don't! I don't want to hear it! God damn it, Alice! God damn it! I knew she wouldn't follow me in the dark. I needed some time alone to think things through.
Yeah, they're going to switch to UE5 is what I heard for Halo going forwards. That they might even move the multiplayer portion of Halo Infinite to UE5.
Alice? Alice? Alice! The cabin had gone dark. All the lights were out. I'm coming! It's all right! I'm coming! What the hell?
The bird leg cabin.
Alice? Alice? Oh no! Waking up in the crashed car felt like I had woken from one nightmare and entered another. I couldn't remember how I got there. All I knew was that something terrible had happened to Alice. The phone was dead. I'd have to find help on foot.
Well, how the hell does that happen,
Among Alice's things was a
Alan?
book, The Creator's Dilemma, by a Dr. Emil Hartman. Seeing the book brought back my fight with Alice. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the guy's smug face on the cover either. The gas station was
Maybe one day I'll give Infinite a proper go. The multiplayer component bored me, but I hear the campaign is decent. You know, it's not mind-blowing, but, you know, it's decent, is what I heard. You know, they're releasing a special Alan Wake thermos, just like the ones that are in the game, as part of a promotion for Alan Wake 2.
Hello? Someone there? The loose sheets of paper were pages from a manuscript entitled Departure. That was the name I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked.
I think it's just because the guy, you know, hasn't cut his hair since he's gone mad and, you know, been writing his crazy book.
Departure by Alan Wake. The man turned to face me. His face was covered in shadows. It was hard to make him out in the darkness of the forest that surrounded us, but the axe he lifted was plain to see. It glistened with the blood of his victim. He grinned madly. The shadows were alive, distorting his features. It was a scene from a nightmare, but I was awake.
Someone needs to create an Alan Wake AI voice. Cock and ball torture, CBT, is a form of sexual torture. I've had an accident! Not listening, underdog.
The lights up ahead were a good sign. Maybe I wouldn't have to hike all the way down to the gas station to find a phone.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
Well, he is playing a cop, right? That's the fun part.
Hey! Hey, you!
Phil!
There's been an accident. I need help.
Listen, I need to...
Premium cabins for rent in...
Oh, hell.
Carl Stuckey. Pleased to meet you. Non-refundable reservation deposit required. Fair and square. Fair and square.
I'm honestly hyped to be playing as Sam Lake again. Alan Wake 2 is giving me something that I have missed for so long. But we now got our answer as to who is going to be the face of who's going to be the face of Max Payne in the remaster remakes. It's not going to be Sam Lake. going to be the voice actor of. It's going to be it's going to be the actor that they used for Max Payne 3.
I had to figure a way out of this. Any second now.
There was Alan Wake 2 gameplay shown off.
Like Nicholson in The Shining.
I wonder how it's going to compare to what we've got now.
During your trying, it's the latest.
Yes.
In
Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
Hello? Let you kill with one stone.
The spread.
I can see why they turned subtitles off by default. Come on now.
During your trying,
Post on Discord, righto.
it's the latest.
Yes.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station. How may I?
Hello?
Let
Hello?
you one stone.
The spread.
Thanks for opening the gate.
More of them. My head pounded with a concussion. I'd never fired a gun outside a shooting range, and now I just killed
Not too
someone.
bad.
Or something. There were no bodies. They just disappeared. If I was dreaming, it felt real enough to make me sick.
Wonder if there's a thermos around here. It's an arrow.
Eerie hand-painted graffiti was revealed by my flashlight. Someone had hidden a chest of supplies near it.
Ah. Yep. They're gonna be really fucking beautiful. Can't wait.
The Dark Forest was the last place I wanted to go, but I had no choice. I had to get to the gas station.
Well, yeah, if you take, like... What, the first one was, like, id Tech, wasn't it? I think the second one was a heavily altered version of the first one. Then 3 was, like, Rockstar and Rage Engine.
What the hell was
First
that?
2 were proprietary tech. Very similar, though, to id Tech in that they, you know...
When I saw the
Maybe
river
just in
below,
my head they were
something
similar, but you know,
uncoiled itself
it
inside
felt
my
like
head. I realized that I
it
have
felt
to
like the
find a
Quake
way
engine.
across. I didn't even want to look
You
at
know,
the
when you
water.
were making maps for it. I want to play that Alan Wake, that Max Payne mod from back in the day. I think it was like called Max Payne College, where some team like recreated their college campus in Max Payne. Yeah, Dragons is DreamWorks, not Disney. This area definitely looks more detailed than it did on 360.
Stucky was still out there, in the dark, stalking me.
I'm not scared of Stucky. He can stuck off. Bit intense, wasn't it? Through that though. Logging it area. The Riddick game's Starbreeze, right? Hearing that Starbreeze went on to become like all like key members of Starbreeze went on to become Machine Games, like gave me a lot of faith in that Indiana Jones title that's in development. I'd love to see something from that, you know, at the Xbox event. First person indie, yeah. Well, I picked up third person indie today on PC for a whopping £1. The 3 disc CD version of Infernal Machine. If third-person indie is so good, I can't wait to see what first-person indie is like.
The staircase was broken. I had to make my way up some other way. I couldn't stay here. There had to be a way to get up there.
Oh yeah, Vivisector. Vivisector and Cryostasis are games that I would love to get around to at some point. I own Cryostasis on GOG. Something green over there. Green and flashing. Of course. Easy peasy. Give me a thermos. Shotgun. Oh. I have a lot of faith in cryostasis. What I've seen, it's very inventive. And I will always take games that try something new and inventive. But I just like horror games of that era. You know, things like Penumbra, that sort of thing. Horror games from that era are just inventive. Luto. What's Luto? If that's a horror game I've missed, then give it a go. Oh, a game releasing soon on Steam. I wondered what happened with My Happy Neighborhood or whatever it's called, because that feels like it's been in development a long time.
You're probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around, take a moment. Step outside for a spell and breathe in deep. The weather's absolutely still.
I want to know when Agent 64 is coming out. So many good games that are on my radar. ImSim Horror, yeah. The thing about, like, Amnesia is a weird one, right? Because I like Penumbra, but I don't like Amnesia. Even though Penumbra is the logical next step up from Penumbra, you know? For some reason, Amnesia just didn't gel with me as much. Is that a thermos?
The gas station was closer now, its light welcoming in the darkness.
My thermos. Cheerful. Fucker! You want some too, you cunt? How long is this game? 30 hours? Give or take, roughly? Witch Time, yeah. It's a Platinum Games title. I love how you go for Witch Time. I suppose that's accurate because it's a dodge, right? Oh, it's FF16 getting another showing. The only reason I can think of would be if the pre-orders aren't good enough for Square Enix. If they're not pleased with the pre-order numbers for FF16. They might have asked for another showcase to try and get pre-order numbers up. That would be my cynical reason. Yeah, but isn't Rebirth out this year, and yet nothing's been shown for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth yet? Apart from a teaser trailer? Is this way? Down? Yeah, finish Final Fantasy VII art. It's good. But of course, I would say that. As someone who thoroughly enjoyed it, I would say that. Hard to get back to. Is it though? I don't mean to be that guy, but is it though? Whereabouts in the game were you? Like, how far did you get? Final Fantasy VII R, Vlad. Oh, right, okay. So, about a third of the way through. Maybe almost half. Because the pacing is a little bit different compared to the original game. The original game, after that, you would be saving the pillar from being destroyed. Spoilers, I guess. Oh! Dude! Literally the next section on from where you are is a haunted train station full of ghosts. And it's amazing. The whole thing is like a cheesy American ghost film.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I am Dr. Barclay Colvin, and I'm glad
Did go through the train station. Next thing is the pillar. Did you climb a giant pillar and fight a helicopter at the top?
world's interpretation. As you can see, this is a loaded 9mm pistol. It shall be part of a thought experiment. And now, a real experiment, known as a quantum suicide. Did he say suicide?
Right, so that's where you are.
Please, stay calm. There is no risk.
Oh, you're gonna meet Madam M soon. Madam M is a masseuse, and you can pay her a lot of money, and she'll give you a good time.
I myself cannot be harmed with this gun. With each pull of the trigger, two new
She gives Cloud a handy, so it's worth sticking with it.
my machine here, I have ensured that this reality is always the former. I have bestowed
The hand massage was before that. Oh yeah.
under no
Shit.
circumstances can this gun.
That's right. You went to Wall Market the first time. Or you have to go to Wall Market the second time for batteries. Right. Okay. Which means you're a little bit further than I thought you were. There's a whole new plot element that wasn't in the original Final Fantasy VII that you're going to do soon. You're going to have to go through the sewers again. That might not be an incentive to stick with it.
You fools, gaze upon quantum immortality.
Poor Dr. Colvin, felled by his own hubris or the ignorance of the masses. Perhaps he should have left the crate unopened, the decaying atom unobserved. Curiosity often kills the cat. Night Springs.
These Night Springs episodes were released as video files with the GOG.com version of Alan Wake, which I own, by the way. I have Alan Wake on Xbox 360, Alan Wake on Steam, and Alan Wake on GOG. Yeah. No particular reason, you know, on PC different versions used different, like, camera hacks and mods. So, you know, I needed different versions of the game for different mods and hacks. You know, if this ends up being quite short, I might want to do, American Nightmare as well. Back with home fries and 100% chicken breast chicken tendies. Chicken tendies are just adult chicken nuggets. Oh my god. Children's food that's also delicious. I occasionally buy Alpha Bites. It tends to be in the co-op frozen food deal quite often, so I've been known to get Alpha Bites. And yes, I spell rude words with them. Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? Bye-bye, Stucky.
Stucky's body vanished, leaving behind only a lifetime of nightmares to come. Assuming I'd reach the lights of the gas station alive.
Give me that thermos. Now the question is, should I get an Alan Wake 2 officially licensed thermos? Here's the thing, if I did, I'd never drink coffee out of it. One-of-a-kind collectible. Well, not one-of-a-kind. They'll probably make like 10,000 of them.
I recognized the parade float I had seen in Bright Falls when I first arrived with Alice.
Speaking of one-of-a-kind, apparently that creepy doll I bought is. Nobody seems to know anything about it.
After the insanity I had just experienced in the darkness, the lights of the gas station felt comforting. At least for a moment, the sane world reasserted itself.
I'm curious, right? What I think I'm gonna do is start, like, shopping my photos that I've taken of the doll round to, like, various antique shops.
If the day count on the banner was right, I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now.
See if there's, like, any specialist somewhere who knows what I've got. Might be able to give me a straight answer.
The garage was a mess. It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight.
All right. I'll keep writing. Outside, there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her. I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost.
I don't believe this. It'd been me on the TV, talking
The
crazy.
Antiques Roadshow, you go.
Was I losing my mind?
It's tempting to, like, show up on camera and be like, yeah, the I walked into a charity shop and the doll was just staring at me from across the room. Its eyes pierced through my soul. I felt compelled to purchase it. Like it was not an action of my own free will. So you think this doll is cursed? I think this doll knows what it is, and I guess I'm along for the ride. You could just imagine me giving a straight-faced response like that to questions. The 68th Annual Deerfest. Buck-toothed Charlie and Montgomery the Mystic's amazing phantasmagoria. Don't miss the legendary Deerfest parade. They didn't have much to do around here. Heck, they didn't even have internet. They didn't even know what the internet was. Do you see a single hyperlink anywhere?
Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
Oh, thank God, Sheriff.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker, you are...
I'm Alan Wake, but listen.
Oh, isn't this the lady you play as in Alan Wake 2?
Calm down, Mr. Wake.
We were staying in a cabin on the island, on Cauldron Lake.
There's no island on Cauldron Lake, not since the big eruption in the 70s.
Please, I can take you there, okay?
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head. Are you okay?
Listen.
We'll figure this out.
Under
Please get in a car.
mysterious
We'll swing by the
circumstances.
lake, and then we'll go to the station, okay?
I'm sorry, are you suggesting that the
Mr.
doll
Wake, have you seen Stucky, the guy who owns this place?
caused its company to go
I
under?
realized I couldn't tell her what had happened in the forest. She wouldn't have believed me. And then she wouldn't have helped me with Alice.
Alright, take care, Jacob. Where'd it go?
A candy-colored clown they call the Sandman.
Bocane.
Every night. Just a sprinkle stardust and a whisper. Go to sleep. Everything is alright. I close my eyes. Then I drift away into the magic night. I softly say a silent prayer, like dreamers do. Then I fall asleep to dream my dreams of you. In dreams,
Okay.
I walk.
Previously on Alan Wake. I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you
At
for
least
coming
that's what
with
I
me.
thought.
I thought
Really, I
you'd
came
be
to
right
Bright
here.
Falls with a full bladder, and I needed the toilet. I bashed my head on the inside of the toilet stall. I woke up 30 years later.
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at. But the cabin had disappeared.
Three years ago, I was still a writer. I still knew how to put words together. I knew how to form sentences.
Honey, I'm home.
No, you're not.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up. Hey, handsome. This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
Switch on the coffee maker. Ah, yes. Domestic Bliss Simulator. Yo, wasn't there a snowfall like this, just like this in the original Max Payne? Everything was leading up to this moment. I put my finger on the trigger.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Who puts their furniture like this?
Hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done.
So yeah, so in the PC version of this, yeah, that QR code. I wonder if it still goes to that message of the game only being possible on an Xbox 360, or if they changed it. They changed them.
The place was an endless waking dream. I saw visions carried by the ebb and flow of different dream states. They seeped in from the reality beyond. Things I had a connection to, but also things I couldn't possibly know. I used them in my writing to make it real, so that the parts that weren't would become so. And there were visions that I knew were not real. Ideas I had lost. Often of Casey. I had written about him for years. I used them as well. The lies had to feel true for them to become true. Had I always written this way? Even before. Seen things without realizing I was seeing them. Thinking they were mine. Was this what inspiration was for me?
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan! Alan, please.
All of Casey, the things that I want, Alex Casey, what I can't forget, Return to Sender, and Departure.
I'm right here, baby.
I'm fine. Just get the lights back on. Now, please.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
It just feels like a David Cage game. I'm sorry, that is the worst insult I can give. And I truly am sorry.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
You should play through Omicron. Omicron's about the only good one. You know what? I played through Fahrenheit back in the day.
Sheriff Breaker's.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much.
Good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife.
That doesn't mean it's a good game.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small town doctor.
Far from it.
Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head. I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you. You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
I'll take your word for it, Doc.
Yeah. Fahrenheit's got some very interesting storytelling. Missing cat.
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
Have you seen this man? Knack for winning contests. Right, okay. That's a subtle way of...
Mr. Wake, your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Oh, nice one. I'll get it in a second. I'm having a look around. I saw the breaker. Now is my chance. Turn the lights off and piss off everyone at the police station.
Waiting for you in her office down the corridor. That was Cynthia Weaver.
I needed to find the thermos. I knew there was a thermos here somewhere, and I needed it. I got the thermos.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the brake float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the
Stucky had died.
Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over. Okay.
I liked Heavy Rain. I finished Heavy Rain. Like, the two I've beaten are Fahrenheit and Heavy Rain. I liked Heavy Rain, and I didn't mind its twist either. The unreliable storyteller twist.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this.
Barry.
Hello?
Alan,
Oh.
please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
I couldn't go anywhere yet. I had to play along with the caller. Alice's life was at stake. I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Hey, mister! Hey, can you turn the light? The light's on! The deputies, they don't understand. Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're alright. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different.
Thanks.
You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See, sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen. You gotta listen carefully now. Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny. No, sir. It only looked like him. You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was. It was a goddamn space alien! I know it sounds like something a drunk would say, but believe me, I wasn't drunk then.
I mean, they took a hatchet to a few things in Heavy Rain.
In spite of its human
Like
mouth,
Ethan's fingers.
the early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
I saw the thermos. I hope the man on the phone didn't mind me taking it.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deer Fest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting that the big day's almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh? There's no point in getting all worked up yet.
I know.
The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
Who's that in the police station talking? My kick was superhumanly strong.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
You right, fella?
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness, the way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
Indeed. All we can do is to slow down the progress of their dementia.
Are you feeling any better?
Yo, how's Alan Break?
I'd like to leave.
I'm more into it than I was the first time I tried to play
We
it.
still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to
Oh, this
stay
is
at
the
Cauldron
smug prick
Lake
from the
Lodge.
book.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Hey, take it easy.
Hey, nobody move. Get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I do like Barry.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go.
It's not the only thing of Alan's that's limp.
Later.
You see the ass on that lady, man. I'm gonna go get some coffee, and I might put my tongue in her Rusty Brown's ring donut.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you. And she was very helpful when I was looking for you.
Bear.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car, just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
Just coffee.
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice, and everything's just...
Do you understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
But it's taking a screenshot with the fucking pause screen on.
Wait here.
I need a... I'll have to print screen my stream. For the,
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
For the once you start confusing fiction for reality. Because I can use that on Twitter. Hold the screenshot button for instant pics. I now know for future reference. I feel like that behavior is wrong. Bear with me. There's no setting for that. That's so ridiculous. I feel like a single tap should be a screenshot. That's what it is on Xbox. Single tap for a screenshot, long press for a video capture.
Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky. Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
Max kept standing in bear traps. I knew what that was like. I played the Resident Evil 4 remake.
You can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No. This whole thing... Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on.
I appreciate that they want to block you accidentally showing something internal that might rat you out, like a MAC address or something.
On Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk.
Cutie.
Nice spot, too.
Big cutie dog. You'll be well soon, Max. It's Lover's Peak. I feel like I climbed that in what was it, Road 96? Route 96?
A guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, You make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would you think if it was me? There's no way you should be going out at midnight with a gun.
No one asked you to come here, Barry. Either work with me on this or go straight back to New York. Your choice.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Allergies?
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over.
Deliverance? Squeal picking.
Bless you.
That's a movie I've never seen. I need to start watching all these movies I've never seen. I picked up, The Hills Have Eyes today, because I've never seen it.
Wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Walk through the door now.
Alangies. Instead of allergies. Alan woke! Alan woke! Oh, man. They're both as bad as each other. All the way on the left and all the way on the right are as bad as each other. They deserve each other.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it.
I lost my flare gun and my shotgun.
The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Alan Woke should be the name of, like, DLC for Alan Wake. Awoken. Yeah, Awoke.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage.
Alan wakeboarding. Oh, these are great. Keep them coming.
No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere.
Thinking about having a drink tonight. I know I'm working tomorrow, but
No sack race for us older gentlemen.
drink would really...
Yes, exactly, Bat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course.
There's options. There's options. There's healthy options. Like a light beer or something like that. A light beer sounds good.
My kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of
Bud Light.
fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth.
What is this? No, what is it? 3.5. That'll do.
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take the time and enjoy the peace of it. It's no fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
Fuck off. I saw that. Alan, wake me up inside. Save me! I saw that person outside looking through the window at me while I was listening to the radio. Alan, wake me up before you go. Got a concussion. Jitterbug. Oh, great. An episode of Nightfalls. I can stand again.
The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish.
Cheers.
Especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode.
Oh yeah, that's hitting the spot. That is hitting the spot.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one. So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
And it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took a kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face.
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
Ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. The white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
Night Springs is such a trip. It's obviously meant to be Twilight Zone. Or I guess the Alan Wake's sort of equivalent of the Twilight Zone. Alan, make some money, please. Alan Flake. I would love to see what's his face. Who was the guy who played the Ice Cream Man?
The
Ron Howard? Love to see Ron Howard playing Alan Wake.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please, help me! Help me! Can you hear me? Anyone! Please, help!
Hello?
Back here. I'm back here. Hey, please. Mr. Wake? Oh, hell. It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must. The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
Alan Wake. There were too many leaves. Big Bear. Where's your office, lover boy?
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe
This way.
was to get the power running and the lights back on. The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Drake of the 99 Dragons. Should I play that once just to make myself miserable? I think I have it on Steam. Yes.
Are you sure about that?
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Rusty!
I wouldn't get to eat another Rusty Brown's ring donut ever
The
again.
ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
Where'd that come from? Oh, it's the stuff on the floor. Hunters need hunting licenses.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Please don't feed the animals. Fishing for those visitors who purchase a park fishing license. Obey the operator's instructions at all times.
Goodbye, Rusty. Got him. When it's vegan bacon, it's Alan Faken. When he's not wearing much clothing, it's Alan naked.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
Alan Quake would be a great name for a demake, wouldn't it? Alan Demake. Alan, fuck's sake. Alan, why did you write in your manuscript that you dropped the baby? I dropped the baby. Alice was furious. She wouldn't talk to me for 4 days. Isn't Alan Lake what happened at the start of this game? Do not feed the wildlife. Penalty! Lover's Peak? More like, let me get a lover's peek at those panties. That doesn't really work. It would have to be like Jake Wake for that joke to work. Site of frequent bootlegger activity throughout the prohibition. Alcohol was distilled here. Ooh. Give me the shotgun. Ah, is that why? I thought it was because the animals had a very strict diet. You know, if they put on too much weight, they can't sell show tickets. Fans will become disgusted and won't want anything to do with them. Alan Whitesnake. Here I go again on my own. My wife's been kidnapped. Was getting chased by weird people who were playing violins loudly. Alan wide awake. That's when he drinks all 100 thermoses he finds. Because he thought it was pretty sickle, alright? Lover's Peak. More like this game is peak Kino. Is there a truck or something around here? I honestly thought I'd find a thermos on that. Looking for a yellow mark on any of these trees or rocks. Okay. Alan Final Fantasy VII Remake. God. Lover's Peak. Yeah. That's right. What's my name? Alan Wake. Another one? Seriously? I think this game has a dynamic difficulty. Like a little bit. Stop sending so many bad guys after me. This is the most labored bit ever. But I'll take it. If we get it all out of the way in part 1,
turned the corner, afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk.
That means there's a yellow marking nearby. Bear alert. Missed opportunity for a bear attack. There's no marker here. Alan's proud of the pizza he made. Alan Bake. Too much. Too many enemies. Too much damage. You made him spongy. No need to make him so spongy. Sponge Bobu. So it's not long now until Summer Games Fest. Seeing as Alan Wake 2 is out this year, I hope we'll see something a bit more substantial in terms of Alan Wake 2. Alan Opaque. Alan Snowflake. I'm not writing another book. Alan Mistake. These enemies are too spongy. Alan Piss Take. Ooh, vamos. Alan takes up a new craft project he saw on TikTok. Alan 3-minute make. Quantum Break almost made it onto the action game poll. But it ended up being Alan Wake because of the announcement of the sequel. Elderwood National Forest. Alan retake. When he can't pronounce a mushroom's name, Alan Shiitake. Oh yeah, this looks safe. I'm surprised YouTube let that through.
Come on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming. That flashlight's kid stuff. The flares will keep the bastards away.
You can see them too?
Hell, of course I see them. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but...
Let's move!
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake! You better keep up. What I got for you?
When are we gonna get Alan Wake as a crossover skin in Fortnite? Gaming Legends, Alan Wake. Thermos back bling. I was joking, but I'd love to see it.
Right up these stairs, Wake. Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while I get these boards off.
Give me the gun.
Yeah, no can do, Wake.
Are you kidding? Give me the gun!
No time for back talk. Pull them off, damn it.
Alan thermal take.
Just a little longer. Scare them off. Get some light on those bastards. That'll keep them off us. Just a little longer. I almost got it. Okay, it's over. Move it or lose it. Bring it. Get some.
Alan, you and make.
Better now, Wake. All cozy and safe.
Alan learned a dance from TikTok. Alan Harlem Shake.
This is it, Wake. The last stand. There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's not how this goes. Get the
Alan deepfake. Don't tempt me. Now I know how to make them. For comedy purposes, of course. I may or may not have put my face on Belle Delphine's body. The world may never know.
Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
I knew you were going to say that. I read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're going to bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
What the hell are you talking about? Where's Alice?
I want the entire manuscript, or she's gonna suffer bad.
You touch her up.
No, I wouldn't do that to you.
You're gonna give me the manuscript or you'll be sorry. No! Come back here! I swear I'll kill you if you hurt Alice! Do you hear me? Come back here!
I told him I'd kill him.
And he wanted the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power. But I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move.
Chuck Delphine. I'll do it. If that is a genuine request, I'll do it. It was lit up. I thought it was a manuscript page. We've already had Alan Lake. That means you've lost. Admittedly, it was Alan Lake for a different reason, but we've had Alan Lake. I think it was one of yours, wasn't it? Might have been Draven. Draven de Peru. Because this map was loaded in all the time, I once dropped down from a cliff in this game and triggered a checkpoint, got to this area early and there were no enemies in it. I had to reload the chapter and start over. I think I had to reload the chapter and start over. Yeah, fond memories. Alan sweepstake. I wanted that lifetime Game Pass. The person who won it couldn't claim it because they'd get taxed on it. Yeah, the unique achievement that you got with it as well. Just knowing about that shootout a little later in the game is stressing me out. There's a shootout later on to a Poets of the Fall song. It's a very nice set piece. But it's also incredibly stressful. Where is he? Hey, £300 in Microsoft credit. I wouldn't sniff at. Hey, Microsoft, if you're watching. Yeah, healing light. Is that a rifle? Ooh, hunting rifle. This really is so Max Payne-y though, isn't it? Like, down to the HUD and everything. Like, the silhouettes that run out, like the torch. The objectives in the top left. The weapon icon, the amount of bullets visible. It's so Max Payne-y.
I had heard the plane fall. It made no sense. It was clear that it had just fallen here, but it was very old and obviously hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver down my spine.
Let's see where that arrow is pointing. Oh yeah, shit, like 1st of June today. Let me check my email. Emailer's got a campaign for Katamari. But I haven't had the email yet to say the campaign is available. It's a bit wild considering the game is out tomorrow. Down here? Ah, GG. Freshly shaven head. It went here, didn't it? That secret. don't see that mark. You know? That torch mark. Nothing. I'm hoping if I run around, eventually I'll just stumble on it. Ah. Bingo. I would shave my head, but I'm gonna settle for going down to stubble, or at least trimming this a little bit. The way I came, isn't it? Nope. This slow motion camera is like such a ridiculous thing. I like the chip damage. I like that the torch does a little bit of chip damage. Even when you're not using the full aim. The chip damage means you can always just keep on an enemy a little bit. This is getting intense. Oh, Enter the Matrix and Path of Neo. Fuck's sake. Get that black cum out of here. Thomas Zane's been squirting it. I knew Thomas Zane had been jacking it inside the cabin. I could smell his stinky black cum. I made it that time. Okay, cool. Script page. Oh, atmospheric. I think all the fog helps. It really is like playing a Twin Peaks game. Widowmakers? You mean like you, mate? Damn fine cup of coffee. Well, I've got a cold Bud Light. Wouldn't dare have coffee at this time of night. Where darkness wears her face. It was a song lyric from the edgy band I used to be in as a teenager. We played death metal. Our band name was Anal Veruca. Nothing this way, huh? Not missing the torch symbol. It's an emergency, trust me. Yeah, definitely finding this game way more compelling than I did when I first tried to play it. And when did it come out? 2010? Like around that time? I couldn't climb the small cliff. An invisible wall was stopping me. I could only imagine the mime standing 10 feet away, maintaining the wall at all costs. I could just go through the gap. I made that kind of, pointless, didn't I? I made that trivial. Perhaps what I meant to say.
Barry?
Ow! The porch is covered with birds. They've got all Hitchcock on me.
Stay out of sight. I'm on my way. Don't open the door.
What am I, crazy?
Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on.
Birds have gone all Hitchcock.
I still had to reach Barry at the cabin, but at least I was out of the woods.
Imagine dragging D's nuts across your face. Fucker. Closed for renovation. I was in the ladies' loos. It felt good to be able to enter the ladies' loos without getting told off.
A story is not a machine that does what you tell it. A story is a beast with a life of its own. You can create it, shape it, but as the story grows, it starts wanting things of its own. Change one thing and you set off a chain reaction of events that spreads through the whole thing. The characters have to be true to themselves. The events need to follow a logic that fits the story. A single flaw and the magic is gone. The story dies. Alice dies.
The story decided it wanted something. Just because I enter the ladies lose. Because I'm not sorry. I guess the keys are for this, yeah. The story wanted a fueled-up car that could drive me to my destination. I forgot this game had driving controls. Probably a remnant of when it was a open world game. That's right, you don't fuck with the guy who got a car suddenly. Can you imagine being forced to do this bit on foot?
The flare gun was probably the best weapon I could imagine against the dark things I was facing.
A lot of ammunition and weapons suddenly.
was the kidnapper.
You son of a bitch! Where's my wife?
Enough horseplay, Wake. You deliver the manuscript, and you can have your woman back. Simple as that.
I don't... Listen. I'm gonna need time to finish it. I still need to write the ending. I need a week.
Not done?
I need a week.
2 days. The old Bright Falls coal mine is nearby. You can find it easy, city boy. The main building, there at noon. You bring the manuscript, you'll get your wife. If not, well, get me?
Yes, I get you.
Bit of quick thinking. I decided to say I needed a week. It would give me more time to rescue my wife.
Barry had talked about birds over the phone.
The darkness controls the taken. Hey, One-Eye Gamer. Step right up and see the One-Eyed Gamer. Woody? Woody Harrelson?
I am so glad you're here. A couple of them got in here before I blocked the chimney. This isn't normal. These birds are weird.
Oh dear.
Hey, Al. I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
I sent Barry to the town to ask around about a man fitting the kidnapper's description. He'd go through the archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared. The man wanted a manuscript. I had to try to write him one to get Alice back. For me, the supernatural had always been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche, a tool to use in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real, and I couldn't put a single word on paper.
Barry Wheeler speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant girl.
Could you and Mr. Wake come get them? I live in the trailer park outside the town.
We'll be there in less than an hour.
Bye now.
See you soon.
Have a great day. Hope you come back soon. Welcome to the old dear diner.
Good girl.
Pretty good. I'm going to bring it to a close there for tonight. Played for 3 hours. We got 2 chapters done. 2 episodes, rather. I'm going to go get some sleep because I've got an early morning tomorrow. Thank you very much for coming. Yeah, feeling this game a lot more than I did back when I originally tried to play it when it came out on 360. Don't really have anything more to say besides that, to be honest. We'll return to it sometime soon. There's a couple of things on my back burner. I mean, I received a key for Brock the Investigator, which I would like to put at least a few streams into. At this point, the games that I've been given by publishers, I'm looking at putting 4 hours into, like 2-hour streams, and then seeing where I'm at with them. Bat Boy is a difficult one to return to just because the game's difficulty level is high. Admittedly, I've made more progress with that recently, but, you know. In the second stream, I got a lot of health and magic upgrades by replaying levels. After Us is needlessly cryptic in some places, and that's... Both are doing well from a watch time point of view, so maybe I should stick with them. I have to have a think about that. Anyway, thanks for coming. Until next time, if we live that long, take care. Bye-bye.